Hi guys, so this reading will be for Aries for the month of April. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, check your rising, moon, or Venus sign. There may be messages for you there, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, so there's something that you're examining. There's something that you're like searching for. You're looking for an answer, in other words, okay? This may be one of the blocks to an answer, is that something is unfinished before you can figure out what you need to know, okay? Let's see. So the fates and flexibility and adaptability. Sometimes when we're evaluating like our path and next steps, right? Next immediate steps, there may be something that's being blocked for a specific reason. So Spirit's just reminding you to be flexible in this regard and adaptable, and that it does have a purpose, okay? I think you realize this. You're still looking though. All right, let's see. Yeah, as I was saying, you're still looking though, right? So details, and compass, kind of evaluating all the details before taking a next step or before deciding what way to go. Okay, there's a lack of clarity at this time. The sense I get is that you're being protected. That's the sense I get from something. And yeah, as I was saying that, and I cut the deck. This caught my eye. Follow the leader. It's like you're being guided and protected. There's no movement at this time. Ghost lands. It has a purpose, okay? So just remember to be flexible and adaptable, and that things happen a certain way for a reason. Spirit's trying to work with you for your highest good. So if there's no movement at this time, it's for this. It's for this self-reflection. The sacred pool is like a heavy period of or time of like heavy self-reflection. Okay, so that's what this period is offering you during this inactivity. Also, this is a reminder to be in the present, okay? You may be thinking about things that happened in the past or worrying too much about the future. So this is just a gentle reminder to be present. Yeah, this is what this pause is for, is to tease out these two chakras, okay? Sacral chakra versus the heart chakra. There's healing regarding these two chakras, and you're being upgraded in regard to this. So that's what this period of self-reflection is for, okay? Is to kind of tease out, because everything has a light and shadow side, right? Even our chakras, if they're blocked in certain ways, they can cause like certain traits or habits, right? So it's like learning to balance these two chakras. That's specifically what's highlighted for you in the month of April. That's what this period of self-reflection is for, and this period of inactivity. Particularly in regard to your romantic connections. This is at the heart of the reading. Again, there's no movement at this time. You're kind of rooted. Still looking for answers. Still kind of trying to tease out the sacral versus the heart chakra in regard to your romantic connections, okay? The sense I get is that you're going through like a root chakra clearing. Particularly in regard to worries about the future or things in the past. Yeah, whale spirit. This is a great reminder during this time to trust. All right, trust that you're being guided and protected. And if things aren't working out in your favor, there's a reason. Spring break. A lot of activity in the house. So yeah, just bring a gentle touch with yourself at this time. Okay, dear spirit, when you're going through this root chakra clearing and getting like these heart and sacral chakra upgrades, it's particularly in regard to your romantic connections, right? Bring a gentle touch. Bring a gentle touch. It's really heavy. It's really heavy. But yeah, trust in the great mystery that things are unfolding as they should. It's so that you can turn past experiences, like previous lessons that you've learned, into wisdom. Okay, so it's like knowledge is not the same as wisdom. Turning knowledge into wisdom is when we actually apply the lessons that we've learned from the past to our current circumstances, and collaboration. So you may be working on this in like just some type of collaborative effort with others, or you may be working on a project, but this is also a reminder to work on turning knowledge into wisdom, things that you've learned in the past, particularly in regard to the sacral and heart chakras, okay? So wolf spirit and ant spirit. And also how I see this is like piecing the puzzle together by reflecting on your past experiences. You're piecing the puzzle together. That why, right? Why? That search for some answer or some piece of missing information. You're piecing it all together. But there's a sense of like inactivity at this time. And then dog spirit. This is my favorite animal spirit card. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. That's exactly it. Be loyal to what you love. This is a great like mantra for you. Also, it's like a good reminder, like what are you loyal to and why, right? So it's like reevaluating your past belief systems and seeing if there's any discrepancies with what you truly desire, okay? Or what you're trying to manifest in your life. Man, she's on a rant right now. Sorry about that. I think it's kind of cute, but it might be a little distracting, so I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. Being diligent about that, okay? Being diligent about evaluating past experiences to turn that knowledge into wisdom, and also applying that in your current circumstances. And abundance. What do you deem as true abundance to you, and why? And any like prior belief systems that are outdated, that are not in alignment with this, be diligent about, shifting them internally. I'm specifically talking about internally because it will be reflected externally. It takes some time, but that's the most important thing is internally, and it will be reflected externally over time. But being loyal to what you love, what you deem as true abundance in your life. The sense I get is it's your connections, okay? Particularly romantic connections are highlighted at this time. But the sense I get is that it's with other connections as well, not romantic, but the highlighted aspect of this is romantic connections for you at this time. Kind of like what's important to you in your romantic connections and why. And kind of shifting any outdated belief systems that are not in alignment with that, okay? Yeah, trust again. Trust. Your path is cleared. You have options, okay? That's very clear. And Spirit's asking you to trust and be flexible. You may have learned a lesson about fate and destiny in the past, okay? But there's something that's unfinished in regard to a fated connection that is also what's preventing this forward movement, particularly in regard to romantic connections. There's a lesson that you may have not been able to see clearly yet. Okay, so trust that what is happening is for your highest good. That's my sense, is like you're really good at recognizing lessons. Like you've evaluated the past heavily. You've done a lot of this like self-reflection, okay, this heavy self-reflection. But there's still something that has to do with like loyalty, the root chakra, some type of faded connection from the past that you haven't exactly been able to piece it all together yet. So that's where this like stagnant energy is coming in, right? There's something to be learned before the next step can be taken, essentially. So yeah, trust, all right? Taking risks. This is what it's going to take to get out of these ghost lands. See the vast difference in this card, and this is in the recent past, and this is in the upcoming energy of your life. So I get the sense that you are going to piece it together. Whatever this lesson is that still has to be learned before forward movement can happen, you're going to figure it out by the end of April. That's the sense that I'm getting. I'm not a huge fan of like outcome readings because usually they're one potential outcome if certain steps are taken. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm more about like, what can you learn from this? How can you harness this energy for your best possible outcome? Okay, that's really like my niche in tarot. Yeah, as I was saying, right? So by the end of April, there will be like some kind of action, and you're gonna figure out whatever this lesson is in regard to the clearing of the root chakra, and to help balance out or to tease out like the heart versus the sacral chakra. The message that keeps coming back is what's important to you regarding your romantic connections, okay? All right, let's clarify with tarot. Yeah, you're working on this. You are. It's like a diligent process, right? You're working on this forward movement. It's just there's a reason that it's not happening at this time. So okay, so trust. But yeah, you may also be focusing a lot at work, and work may be getting busier for you. But also like that's more like 3D how I'm seeing this card, but also like in the spiritual realm, you're working on integrating that shadow side, okay, for forward movement. There's still something that needs to be integrated before forward movement can happen in whatever this scenario is referring to. It may have to do from something from childhood or something to do with children. Yeah, because this one wants to come out in regard to unconditional love for self. This is what it has to do with. Something that happened in childhood in regard to unconditional love for self. This is what the block is. This is what's causing the inactivity, the rooting, right? The rooting, not wanting to, because this is also about feeling safe and secure, right? This energy will shift. You will, yeah. This energy will shift, okay? Because you are trying to trust the path. You are. That's the sense I'm getting. This has to do with your spiritual path. You do trust it. It's just difficult for you. It's just difficult for you because of instances that happened in the past, okay? In regard to like unconditional love for self, this is the block. This is what's causing the non-action at this time. Also, because that came out, I'm seeing this in a different way now. Okay. Also, I'm seeing this in a different way too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so be loyal to what you love, right? Unconditional love for self. Are you loyal to yourself? and your beliefs and what you want in these type of connections. It may be a risk for you to feel like you have to put yourself first in that regard. It may feel unsafe for you to do that if you were taught a different way from the past. And if it is from childhood, that's very difficult to change. Or like, I get the sense you recognize it, but shifting that, whatever that belief system is from childhood is it's very difficult for you. So just remember unconditional love for self, okay? And being loyal to what you love, including you. All right? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. This has to do with karmic situations. That's how I'm taking it. Again, the energy will shift by the end of April is my sense. Because this and action came up, remember. So the energy will shift. And things will start to move in this regard. It's like you're gonna piece together whatever this block is for you, this lesson that still needs to be recognized and integrated. This lesson that still needs to be recognized. I get the sense it is recognized, maybe just integrated, okay? Particularly in regard to faded lessons from the past in regard to your romantic connections. Or something to do with childhood or both. Yeah, when you do figure it out, this isn't like just the upcoming energy. When you do figure out, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. The Tower is like a sudden event that happens in your life. It's not always bad, okay? I know that the image on this card, it looks terrifying, but it can also be something unexpected that happens that is good. It's just like shocking. It's like a sudden crumbling away of what you thought you knew previously. And I feel like, this is indicated in the upcoming energy for you. It's going to be what's going to help you to integrate these past lessons, to piece that puzzle together. This is going to be the shift. It's going to happen pretty soon for you here, okay? Yeah, strength. Taming that beast within, particularly in regard to a lot of conflict or drama in your life. Cutting that out. These just keep coming off the bottom, okay? Being very fair and balanced. But cutting out a lot of that drama or conflict that's unnecessary so that you can focus on taming that beast within. It particularly has to do with these attachments, okay? It could be like obsessive overthinking, or it's like something that you have to give up. That's how I'm taking this. Something that that you have to give up and tame, all right, in order to reduce this conflict. It could be internal or external. I get the sense it's a little bit of both. But it's like once you're able to cut out that conflict and attachments, this is where the strength is going to come in, and this is what's going to kind of catapult this forward momentum. Right? There's a shift here in the upcoming energy. You're gonna have a wish granted to you. Okay, the 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment, but it's gonna require some of this work of cutting out this conflict and attachments. I get the sense you know what it is. Or you will shortly here. Okay. But this is when you're going to gather the strength and the courage for this, taking risks. I see this as like forward movement. The strength and the courage for forward movement. I see this as you learning, or not learning the lesson, but integrating the lesson, the knowledge for wisdom. You're going to figure out a way to do it. I get the sense you know what it is already. This is also Leo energy, okay? Let's do Divine Awakening of the Soul Oracle, just because I want to help you with guidance in regard to what this block is. Yeah, protective, defensive. So that has to do with the root chakra, about feeling safe and secure. You may be feeling a little bit defensive. That's also how I take this Five of Wands card. All right, feeling a little bit of defensive about your attachments. And it's like, you know what you need to cut out. Like, you get it. You get it. But it's difficult for you. But there's still a lesson that needs to be integrated here. That's why this is happening. And the only reason I said that's why this is happening is because that was one of the first cards that came out, was why. All right. So yeah, seeking the light. I see this as like searching for answers, okay? I want to mention, it's difficult to accept the answers when you're in this defensive state. Yeah, you're searching for answers. Again, particularly in regard to a romantic connection or something like that. This goes along with the sacral and the heart chakra, kind of teasing that out. It's really difficult to tease out relationships that are built on lust versus love, okay? I don't care who you are or how awake you are, it is difficult. But the more that you get in tune with self, the easier it will be. You could be with someone for years and swear that it's true love, and then, you know, look back years later and be like, wow, that relationship was entirely built on lust. And it's just that's for everyone. It's for anyone, no matter how like conscious or awakened you are, okay? So you're just in this like really heavy period of self-reflection. Yeah, sound bolt vibrations. I get the sense you're learning how to work with energy more. You may be listening to like using sound bowls or watching videos on sound bowls that are helping you get in tune with self. This may help to ground you and bring you in the present, so you're not in the past or in the future. Divine masculine energy at the heart of the reading. This is in the current energy, okay? And this also has to do with Wheel of Fortune. So if you're a feminine watching this, there's a lot of possibilities for these cards, but the main messages that I'm getting are, if you're a feminine watching this video, once you like turn that knowledge from the past into wisdom for forward movement, things will be moving forward in regard to a divine counterpart journey, external divine counterpart journey, okay? If you're a masculine watching this video, you will be stepping in, like either you are or will be shortly stepping into your divine masculine energy once that knowledge is turned into wisdom, once you apply the lessons, particularly regarding the heart and sacral chakras for forward movement. It's very powerful, okay? It's very powerful, and things will start turning in your favor. But there's still a lesson that needs to be integrated, whether you're feminine or masculine, before movement on this can happen. Also, if you're a feminine watching this, make sure that your healing process is for you and not just for an external divine counterpart reason. Because that's not what the external divine counterpart journey is for. It is for you, and you primarily. Yeah, guardian angel of protection. So again, as I was saying with this like unexpected event that will start to shift things. You're being guided and protected. In if this has not shifted yet, it's for this. There needs to be more self-reflection at this time, in regard to applying this lesson. Okay, it has a purpose, as I was saying. I think you know that. This one's sticking out. Detox, purge. Yeah. It's almost like those faded lessons from the past need to be integrated and then purged emotionally before that forward movement can happen, okay? It's for this. It's surrounding the lessons for this. Self-love, respect, pride. I prefer courage over pride. That's what this is. That's true inner strength, right? Courage. For taking those risks sometimes when we can't see the outcome clearly. But there's still some of this that needs to happen before these lessons can be fully integrated. And again, that has to go with what I was saying about here, right? Oh God, this reading is going really long. Okay. Yeah, it also has to do with this loyalty and trust. So not only in regard to loyalty, that's come up several times, so that may have been some of the things that you were dealing with in the past in regard to loyalty in your romantic connections in particular. Remember, be loyal to what you love, including yourself, but also trusting that Spirit has your back, and that if things don't pan out the way that you were hoping, you know, it's for a purpose. I get the sense you know this already, but do you believe it? Do you believe it, right? So these are major themes for you for April. So I get the sense by the end of April, you'll find the answers that you're looking for, okay? Just remain true to yourself first and foremost, and trust. Those are the biggest themes. All right, I hope that helps you, Aries, and I'll check in with you next month. Bye.